Public health officials say this is more than an illegal dump site. It's a major disposal area for auto body parts, things like bumpers and hubcaps. In this dry open field, the piles go on and on. It's a major fire threat.
We just come out here and see if we can find any household trash or any kind of invoice or something like that.
Health Department official Willie Gonzalez is trying to figure out who is behind this mess. We explored the piles of car clutter with him.
It seems that they came by with one truck and they kept just going further down each time.
Tires, gas tanks, bumpers, windshields, and more. All this is dumped in an open field near the Brownsville airport. It's sitting on dry grass in high winds, a dangerous combination.
Glass has been known to cause a magnifying glass effect on dry grass, and sometimes that catches fire. And if you have oily rags, sometimes those have been known to self-combust, especially in a heat like this.
Gonzalez says the owner of this property lives in another state. She has no idea about the trash here. He believes a business may be to blame for this mess.
Somebody had a lot of vehicles on their property, decided to dispose of them on a vacant property here.
He says sometimes folks don't want to pay a disposal fee at the city dump. It may end up costing the person responsible for this more money in the end if they're caught.
Oh, this is several truckloads that's going to take to clean this up.
Until then, the hazards remain. It's one of the biggest dump sites the health department has seen. Officials are working with Brownsville police to find out who's responsible for all of this dumping. A reminder to the public, if you're caught doing this, you could face jail time or a fine. Reporting in Brownsville, Cristina Rendon, Channel 5 News. Betty Fernandez comes back here every so often just to look.
I hope this will never happen to no one.
Those charred stairs used to lead to her front door. Now this is her front door. Inside her makeshift home, a bag of clothes, mail, and other personal belongings.
That's my truck, is my home now, and I have no other place.
Her pain goes beyond the scars of her second-degree burns. She stays with friends, sometimes family, but usually calls it a night by reclining the seat and cuddling with a coat. Fernandez says firefighters didn't save her home.
It really is their negligence, and I need for somebody to hear me.
The chief says strong winds made fighting the fire difficult. Hydrants were far away. Fernandez lives in Cameron County and in county jurisdiction.
All my records, all my documents that I had, everything burned down, and I had a lot of, memories.
Fernandez believes the Red Cross overlooked her. A Red Cross spokesperson says Fernandez requested assistance rebuilding her home a month after the fire. They normally help people in immediate need. Fernandez tells us it was loneliest on New Year's Eve.
I was hearing all the fireworks, people gatherings, and I was there myself.
Now she dreams of rebuilding her house and her life.
When this barber heard about the agent Jaime Zapata's death, he knew it was one of his former customers. Tony Valdez admits it has been a few years since he saw the agent. Valdez has cut hair here on Boca Chica Boulevard for more than 3 decades. He says Jaime Zapata was a customer who stood out.
Very nice fellow. I've been cutting hair, and he was a gentleman. Very, very nice. Very special. That's what I remember.
Valdez says Zapata used to come to his barbershop when he attended UT Brownsville about 5 years ago. He knew he wanted to become a federal law enforcement officer, and when he heard about his tragic death, he got emotional.
I feel so, something happened to me because I don't want anybody die, but especially I don't want him, Very special to remember, the way that he treats me and the way that he talks and everything. It's a kind of person that you would like to have in the family.
Customers in his barbershop keep talking about Zapata and how he died in Mexico.
Everybody says this should never happen and what happened to him, the town is really feel sorry about what this happened. It's a shock.
Valdez says Zapata will be someone he'll never forget. Valdez plans to remember Zapata by saying a prayer for him. He also says he'll be thinking of the ICE agent tomorrow, and he will remember him as a nice person who died at such a young age. Reporting in the Cameron County Newsroom, Manuel de la Rosa, Channel 5 News at 6.
Maria Vasquez is satisfied, not justified. Her son, Christian Menchaca, was killed by al-Qaeda in 2006. Bin Laden's death closes another chapter of her healing, but she wants to see photos of his body.
Cómo lo mataron, cómo lo pescaron, porque a mi hijo lo pusieron en video. Toda la gente lo vio, yo no lo vi porque me podía enfermar más.
She says she wants to see how Bin Laden was killed, how he was captured. Video of her son's death was posted on the internet for the world to see. She never watched it and never will. Barbaric doesn't begin to describe the torture Menchaca endured at the hands of Bin Laden's followers.
¿Para qué lo respetamos si él no merece respeto? No merece respeto porque lo que hizo fue muy mal.
She says, why should we respect him when he didn't respect me? He didn't respect me at all. The things he did were horrible. Vasquez's house is decorated with Menchaca's war medals, pictures, and flags.
No creo que es justo que como lo enterraron, como lo aventaron al agua, como no hicieron un funeral así como los demás, ¿verdad?
She tells us she doesn't think it's fair the way Bin Laden was buried at sea. She wanted him to feel the pain he inflicted on so many others. It's been 6 years since her son died. Menchaca would have turned 28 at the end of the month.
Ese dolor nunca lo vas a superar, nunca, nunca.
His death brings a pain she never thought she'd experience. She says her son's death will never be justified. It never can be for a mother who loses a son.